3, 2, 1, go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Wake the Fuck Up podcast. I am Uncle E, your charming and delightful host for this fun-filled adventure into societal bullshit. 'Cause we got one for you today. So, I'm doing nothing. Going through the YouTube, checking out the news. And, of course, today and yesterday, everybody's going off about Cracker Barrel. And I have a different take than most people. See, because at one time, I was a indoctrination spewing Republican, buying into most of what they said, and as the YouTubers will say, I was smashing that like button on that shit. And then I started asking questions. I did something about that in the last, podcast, but I started asking questions and started listening to the Republicans more closely, started questioning what they said, what they did, how they were doing it. And I've been doing this pretty much since I got into politics back in the 90s. The problem that I had eventually was that a lot of what the Republicans said were just as full of shit as the Democrats. Okay, now for those of you who probably find that hard to believe, I wouldn't be shocked at that. If you're a Democrat, you obviously think Republicans, at least the more zealous ones of the bunch, think Republicans are evil, horrible Nazis who should be punched, kicked, and sent to the showers. And the Republicans, of course, think that liberals are whiny, cryy, namby-pambies who got no spine, got no heart, but a shit ton of emotions. That can be true. That can be true. The other arguments can be true. We're not talking about all Republicans. We're just talking about the most vociferous of the bunch. Just like the Democrats, The fringe ones, the people on the fringe, are going to be far more toxic, far more ridiculous, and just overreact to everything. And I mean everything. Gotta pump up that bass, kids. You gotta find a crisis and you gotta milk it for everything it's worth. So, the Cracker Barrel thing came in my radar a couple days ago, and I've been kind of watching it here and seeing just how ridiculous the whole thing is. And to me, it's hype and hysteria for the sake of ratings and views. That's all this is to me, the Cracker Barrel thing. The outside reaction, that's exactly how I view it. As far as Cracker Barrel itself, having been in both corporate and mom and pop world for work, what they did or are doing or were trying to do before the backlash happened, I understand it completely. It's just a major pain in the ass to try and find the interview without everybody else's verbal diarrhea spewing all over it. I just want to watch her talk so you can hear this corporate speak of hers. Because as soon as I listened to her interview, I knew instantly this is a corporate politician, maybe a manager, maybe. She was trained by the best corporate university management system she possibly could, which means she was given a host of modern ideologies from the left and told to go out and exercise her power as a CEO. Now, again, I have worked for many a manager at many a level, and I want to find where this is, because it's there. I mean, do I have to watch one of the excerpt videos of people reacting to her in order to find this damn thing? Because that's what's pissing me off right now. It's like I should be able to find her interview, not 10,000 morons and assholes and people who have a bone to pick with this to grow their audience or to alleviate their audience or to gin up their audience. I don't know. But I would love to be able to find... Oh, fuck you. Yes, they lost $100 million in stock price because everybody had a shit fit. God damn it. I hated this guy's take because it was just so fucking stupid and so over the top. I don't want to spend 14 minutes listening to that fucking idiot mischaracterize the whole goddamn thing under a banner of conservative ideology. Come on, give me the goddamn fucking... For those of you who are being patient and asking the question, why are you... Again, okay. Again, I don't want to play someone's reaction just so I can get the goddamn... Oh, hey. Might this be you? Oh. Well, I found the whole episode, but not a clip. That would be kind of nice. Oh, yes! I found it. Okay. So, let's go ahead and see if we can get this to play. Now, let me get something set up here. Yes, there you go. Alright, I'm going to start this up in... Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's play it. Did I find it? Did I find it?
In the Lego Marvel Brickverse, the greatest superpower
Not again.
is your imagination.
Yes, Legos.
The 70s has been replaced with a sleek, minimalistic look. The company's stock taking a hit since the rebrand. And some online...
Nope, that wasn't it. What the goddamn... It looked like it was the right one for... There you go.
Bring the Cracker Barrel brand to life for our guests every single staple. Cracker Barrel is renovating its locations, but many loyal customers say the change is removing what makes the restaurant such a great dining experience and taking to social media to voice their complaints. Well, join us now exclusively to talk about this is the CEO of Cracker Barrel, Julie Masino. Julie, thank you so much for joining us here on GMA. I want you to tell us about the redesign of Cracker Barrel and some of your response to the criticism.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Okay, now the first bit of bullying bullshit that I've been hearing is about her glasses. Okay, if you need to nitpick on some bullshit like that, fuck you, all right? Pick some substance, not some goddamn style. It's like, Jesus, get fucking lives. Yeah, she's dressed like she's in a public event. So,
if I can, I want to give a quick shout out to the 70,000 team members who bring the Cracker Barrel brand to life for our guests every single day. So,
okay, that bit right there, I've heard that type of line before. Oh my God, everybody's so awesome. It's just like, yeah, that's called blowing smoke up your ass from management. It's like, everybody's so awesome.
To the remodels. I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests.
Okay. Right there. I think what's important is we're listening to our guests. Which guests? The guests that don't like your changes, or the guests that are telling you they like your changes? See, anytime someone pivots to their own set of talking points, I expect to hear bloviating bullshit like that. I really do. Let's keep going.
Doing this all for them. What they've said is they love.
Okay, go back.
What's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them. What they've said is
we're doing this all for them. Okay? First you say you've got remodels coming. The guests love it. And then they go, we're doing this for you. Okay? That's nice. Don't care. Make it nice. Keep it the way it was. Obviously, the backlash, who's going to go to a Cracker Barrel? You're going to get a lot of conservative, libertarian, go fuck you, Mr. Government kind of stuff. Older people. And honestly, I'm going to show you a graph here. And one of the reasons why I was throwing out a bunch of expletives concerning one particular reviewer is that maybe I misheard him when he got to the charts and graphs on the stock, but Cracker Barrel hasn't been doing good for a while, a few years. This coming about, whatever. Anyway, let's go.
They love the new seating. We're adding in booths, making the
They love the new seating. We're adding in booths.
chairs more comfortable, putting in new lighting, brightening up the paint color.
Okay, now, is this old Cracker Barrel or new Cracker Barrel? Because it's way too bright. You know, I mean, you've got fluorescent lighting or LED lighting in a white room. It looks blinding. It's like, oh, look at these faux classic pictures and shit on the wall. Oh, it adds so much character. And it's like, Cracker Barrel's a lot more than just some faux pictures on the wall.
But what's important is things that people love about Cracker Barrel. The soul of Cracker Barrel is not changing. The rocking chairs are still there. The fireplace is there. The peg game. All the things that make Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel.
All the things that make Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel. Not the aesthetic. Not the food either, because of course she's going to address that here in a second. Just the little knick-knack paddywhacks that people get to say they like, it's like, okay, cool. But if you're going to change the interior character along with the logo character, branding, and everything else, those little trinkets, those things that you're saying are going to be great to keep around because that's what people like. Not the aesthetic, not the branding, not the presentation. We're going corporate sterile on this. And see, that's, again,
vintage decor, it's still there and it's working. The results affirm that we're headed in the right direction.
The old decor was working. Old decor is working. Those little things, those things are working. But we need to update.
And this is part of a multi-year transformation of the chain. What else can the customers expect to change?
Yeah, well, remember, the heart and soul of Cracker Barrel is going to stay the same. And so today we're actually launching a new campaign called All the More, which really highlights how people feel about Cracker Barrel. It's bigger than just a meal. We've got a retail shop. You're going to get great country hospitality with our scratch-made food in our restaurants. And that's really what this campaign celebrates.
Scratch-made foods. Okay, I've been in the restaurant industry a long fucking time, all right? And almost all the food that you get comes in baggies, comes in boxes. The only way you can say your food is scratch made, which means in-house, which means in that kitchen, is if it all came out of bags and boxes and went into the pot. I mean, are they making biscuits from scratch? Like literally from scratch. I've worked in a couple restaurants that did that. It's time and labor intensive. And if you're shorthanded, guess what? Oh, the baker's out sick today. We're not having any biscuits and gravy for any of you. Yeah, there's no way the boss is going to play that game. It's like that baker needs to get in here or we need to get our asses down to the grocery store to pick up some biscuits so we can have B&G because that's our biggest seller. And if you're a southern restaurant, southern themed hospitality, customer service, guest presentation, biscuits and gravy is one of your biggest sellers. It's the simplest, easiest, one of the most delicious comfort foods out there, honestly. I mean, depending on how you're making your gravy, it could be middling and average to, oh yeah, this is great. So, from scratch, I doubt it. Completely from scratch. I seriously doubt it. Have you ever gotten a steak from one of these type of restaurants? It comes out of a fucking bag. All right? I'm sorry. For those of you who in the restaurant industry work there, you know damn well what I'm saying is true. Most of the food that you get off the trucks are not fresh. Your veggies might be fresh. Unless you're contracting with some local providers, your steaks are not going to be fresh. They're going to be in a bag, either frozen en route and sliced in a bandsaw, or they're in a bag individually wrapped. Sorry, it sucks. It's part of the reason why the food experience at a restaurant is so piss poor. You're literally paying more you're paying for the packaging. You're paying for the processing. You're paying for the transportation, definitely. And you're getting piss poor quality. Man, I remember cooking so many of those bag steaks and knowing damn well that's probably a choice cut at best. You're not getting select. You're definitely not getting prime. You're getting the cheapest piece of meat that's called what it is that's being served. But yeah, keep going.
So we've enlisted a little bit of help from a guy named Jordan Davis. Maybe you've heard of him. He's got a new single and album out, and he's in our ad and is the voice of it as well.
Who the fuck is Jordan Davis? Okay. Cool. Don't care. Next.
Well, and it really, again, just highlights those things that make Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel.
Is the food changing?
The food, well, here's what I'll say about that. Innovation.
Okay. That refrain that she just did says, yeah, we're changing the food. We're revamping the menu. Because that refrain was an instant, oh, God, they're going to complain about this too. Keep her going.
Innovation has proven to be really great at the food. Well, here's what I'll say about that. Innovation has proven to be really great at Cracker Barrel.
Innovation has proven really great at Cracker Barrel. If I were to look at this in a completely positive way, non-cynical, non-questioning, I might take what she's saying to heart. But because it's so vapid and empty, and it's so full of corporate speak, where it's just, oh, everything's going to be good, everything's going to be great. We've used this word salad to mask just how much I want to rag on this brand. You know, keep it going.
Loving our new menu items. We're reinvigorating our
We are loving our new menu items. We're reinvigorating.
dinner menu. We've got a new rate at Cracker Barrel. People are loving our new menu items. We're reinvigorating our dinner menu. We've got a new herb roasted chicken that is so delicious that launches today. It's like
Our new menu. So yeah, the old menu's gone. We've revamped the new menu to fit in with a more modern dining experience. An herb roasted chicken. Cool. Awesome. Again, it was instantaneous. Is your menu going to stay the same? Fuck no, it's not going to stay the same. But in a more public relations approved manner. We're not going to say it sucks, but we are going to say it sucks.
It's like the chicken you would make, Michael, if you were at home making a chicken. Juicy, crisp skin, a nice little sauce that comes with it. But we're also doing some things that our guests love, like bringing back Uncle Herschel's favorite. It's back today.
All right.
And all of our restaurants.
And we're bringing back Uncle Herschel's favorite. So what? You took it off the menu? Did you not have it on the menu beforehand? I mean, obviously, we're bringing it back. It must have been there before, and somebody took it away. Let's keep going.
Restaurants. So the things that you love at Cracker Barrel are still going to be there.
And a lot of restaurants are leaning and going back to nostalgia, things that the customers are really comfortable with.
We never left it.
Yeah, you never left it, but you're changing up. You're kind of going a different direction. Why is that your strategy?
Yeah, because the Cracker Barrel needs to feel like the Cracker Barrel for today and for tomorrow. And again, the things that you love are still there.
Yep. We've got to modernize it for a modern audience. There you go. Fuck the old, in with the new. And again,
we need people to choose us, and we want people to choose us because people love this brand.
the logo itself is nostalgic. Okay. It says Old Country Store. You could say restaurant and gift shop, maybe. I mean, everybody knows what it is, and those people who don't are going to be like, what the fuck? Because I'd like to say I've been to one because I've seen them around, and there's this vague memory in my head from a child about a Cracker Barrel, but Never been to one. Never been to one. Keep going.
They've loved it. Everybody's got a story, right? Did you go to Cracker Barrel on the way to your grandma's when you were traveling soccer or whatever those things are? Our job is to make Cracker Barrel a place that they want to be today and tomorrow.
You said everybody has their story, and I can see Robin right there. She's shaking her head like, yeah, I have mine with
Robin
grandma.
just told me her story. She's a big Cracker Barrel fan, and we're grateful for it. So.
But it's more than a restaurant, though. You sell.
But it's just her job is to sell the company on this interview. Okay, that's her job, to sell this company to the general audience and to sell the remodel and the renovations and the changes and the rebrands to the general audience, because of course they're going to see this. And she just comes off as corporate manager, PR lackey. I mean,
furniture, you sell apparel, you sell food, of course, you even sell bedding.
Yeah.
But how have tariffs affected the prices?
And the way she laughed, that really high-pitched laugh, almost makes me think she has contempt for that part of the business. You even sell bedding. I can't hit that fucking high note. You know, it's just like, it's almost an embarrassed laugh. It's almost an embarrassed laugh. That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe not to you, but I've been around the block, man. You get a laugh like that, you're just like, well, that feels like a snide laugh a little bit. Anyway, keep going.
And have you felt the effect of the prices?
Yeah, look, we think about the business really in kind of two ways. So the restaurant side, all of those goods for the most part are sourced here domestically. That's our food and everything that we're preparing in the restaurant side. The retail side, we get a lot of those goods from all over the world. So we have been really looking at the tariff side there. We're doing everything we can to mitigate the impact because
Tariffs.
Cracker Barrel's, we are an abundant value. When you think about what happens in the restaurant side, our average check is about $15 versus the industry's at $27. So it's an amazing value, great scratch cooked food, abundant portions. A lot of people take leftovers home with them. Our job is to maintain that great value and the great delicious food and the country hospitality we're known for. And we're working hard on that.
All right, I got to ask this question. I think I probably know the answer. What if all the customers are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurant and they want to go back to the old way? Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite.
She didn't answer the question. You notice that? She immediately deflected to, oh, everything is great. The feedback is overwhelmingly positive. Anytime someone tells me something is overly positive, that tells me somebody's blowing smoke up your ass. You've got a bunch of yes men and yes women going, oh, this is going to be great. Everything's going to be great. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. Anytime somebody says it to me like that, I'm like, oh, you're full of shit, aren't you? You're a lying ass bastard. Continue.
I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. I'll give you another soundbite. She is thinking about this in terms of interview, social media, okay? I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our
all of our
customers, on the number one question that I got asked, them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was...
Number one question she got asked.
How can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
Those are 3 questions, by the way. For those of you counting, it's 3 questions. You know? Oh, let's combine them all into one, and that's the number one top. It's like...
Really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Well, Julie Messino, it's wonderful to have you here.
Pleasure to
and
be
thank
here.
You
thank you
for
again.
answering those questions for all the Cracker Barrel fans out there. There's a lot of great changes.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay. Corporate manager, corporate management speak, deflecting from questions, running from questions, overselling the positives while completely minimalizing or dismissing negatives. Yeah. And again, what's the well, it's gonna get changed. It's gonna go back because everybody had a shit fit. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, you got the old man in the barrel. You've got the sterilized logo. Looks like any other corporate turn and burn I've seen. Sterilized logo, completely neutral, neutered, no style, just corporate logo. Boom. So yeah, I could understand, because if I saw the second logo, the new logo, I'd be like, okay. I remember seeing the old logo and being like, what the fuck is a Cracker Barrel? I had no idea. Never been in one. Never gone in one. Had no clue. Wasn't my thing. I knew Denny's, and Denny's went from a turn and burn restaurant with some good food to an overly stylized and ridiculously expensive turn and burn. I went to a Denny's in a place I had gone to for 30, 40 years off and on. And walking in there, it's like the entire dining room had been remodeled for a new style, while the kitchen and the surrounding work areas looked almost exactly as they did when I first went there 40 fucking years ago. Okay? 35, 40, whatever the fuck. So, yeah. It's a sterilized logo. It really is. It's just... There's nothing about it that says anything. You know, have some style about you. Have some class. Do something that's cool. Don't just... put a shape with some lettering in it and call it good. And I'll bet you that marketing department gets paid buku bucks to come up with boring ass shit like that. But it's stylized, it's corporate, and it's sterile. It appeals to no one because we don't want to appeal to no one, because that might be considered sexist and racist, and therefore we've got to make it as so totally neutral that no one can claim to be offended by it at all. Except for the nostalgia police. They're going to come and get you for that. Be like somebody go, hey, we're going to take this beloved thing that you like. You know, granted, its price has been in the toilet for years, but we're going to take this thing that you like, we're going to restylize it into something else, and if you don't like it, tough titties. That's what she's basically said. You know, tough titties. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. Well, apparently now that the backlash has hit full peak, and they folded like a paper airplane and supposedly are going back to the old logo. Again, I take a look at this person knowing goddamn well that they were trained by a corporate management school or a corporate management seminar, or that's the life that she chose, and therefore she's been a corporate figurehead or a political lackey or something else. It's hard to take managers like her seriously from my fucking perspective, because I want to do the job right. I want to make sure my customers are happy. They're going to come back, and everything associated with the business is going to last. I get corporate management rebrand, re-aesthetic, redesign, and modernization. Fuck you, nostalgia baiters. You don't get any say in what we do, unless enough of you make us look really fucking bad, and therefore we might actually have to walk back. But we were doing it for you. We were doing it for you. So don't ever say we didn't do nothing for you, you fucking peons. We did this for you. If you didn't have that veneer of a smiley, happy face, that's the attitude you'd get. Accountability? She didn't say anything about the negatives, right? She ran from the negatives and accentuated only the positives that she thought were good for you. Everybody says this is a great thing. Who's everybody? Is that like when a governor says they're speaking on behalf of all of their constituents, when really they only represent a very small portion of it, who just happens to be centered in major population areas? You know, the rest of the state fucking hates you and thinks you're a fucking woke idiot, and the only thing about you that matters is your bedroom tactics, and we don't really know what the hell you are good at beyond your sexuality or your religious preference or God knows what else. I care about the fucking job, not your weak-ass, politically correct, fucking corporate speak, thought-policed ass needs to say. But it is entertainment. It is entertainment. Well, oh yeah, there's one last thing, and this is something I wanted to show. Okay, so here you have the I don't really like this tracker, but it gets the point across. All right, so this is from Bing. This is a 5-year... how about Max? Let's see what Max has to say. Ooh, that's even better. Okay, so Max. This is from the beginning. Now, as you can see from their stock prices, it used to be a hell of a lot lower than it got to today. Okay. You also see a huge, massive growth from about 2009 to about, I'd say, 2018. Okay. Now, as many of you remember what happened in 2019 and 2020, lockdowns, COVID, prison state, that huge drop-off. And then it came back up a little bit. A lot bit, actually. It went down almost as low as about 85 or 82, all the way back up to somewhere around 170-ish. Okay? And it's been on a little bit of a roller coaster since. Now, again, and I'm going to say this because I'm real sick of people's characterizations, Cracker Barrel has not been doing very good for about 5 years now. Pre-COVID, 2019 maybe would be the best, but COVID, there's 2020 right there. 21 right there. Okay, so it's still going up high in 21. And then about April 21, it just goes up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 down. So everybody's saying, oh my God, Cracker Barrel took a massive hit because of this. It's like, no, they've been taking massive hits for the last few years, kids. This hasn't been a great ran company, obviously. At least the profit margins haven't been good for the stockholders. So obviously, all of the hype and hysteria concerning the stock drop-off, it's still nowhere near as low as it was in March of 2025. Again, I hate hysteria. Don't care which fucking party it's from. Hearing Republicans going, oh my God, they lost $100 billion overnight. It's like, yeah, they'll probably get it back. As soon as they tamp down whatever controversy the right's going apeshit about over this rebrand. And again, I don't look at this as a woke moment. I look at this as a corporate manager trained by American school systems, seminars, and various degrees, whatever she's got. I'm sure she's got a few. She's got at least one. I'm sure she put her time in the restaurant industry, not as a corporate manager, but as an actual dishwasher, waitress, cook. She might have. But I don't get that aura from her. I get corporate manager, which means she's there to tell you what you want to hear until it's time to fire you. She's going to tell you what you need to hear so you keep the faith right before she shoves a rusty railroad spike up your tailpipe. And again, I've been fucked over by corporate types like her, male and female, so don't get it twisted. And it's a similar mindset. Not to mention the logo and the rebrand are obvious efforts to try and reinvigorate the company and reinvigorate the stock so it can go back up to those 170 and 180 days versus the $50 and $60 and maybe even $40 days. It's a hell of a fucking difference, kids. I've seen managers walk in the door, take over, think they need to change everything that's going on to fit their style, their speed, and their image. And when it's needed and necessary and it's executed correctly, it can work wonders. But if you've got no long-term plan, or if you're just winging it, or you were thrown to the wolves, now figure it out. If that's what's going on here, then yeah, I have no surprise at all. The complete and total clusterfuck that the right went ape shit over. The customers went ape shit over. God only knows the owners. They're probably not going to say anything because they want to get their bread buttered. They're not going to tell corporate they're full of shit and they don't know what the fuck they're doing and that things are going wrong. It don't work like that. It doesn't. Because if you instantly, like I said, she's got yes men. Is anybody going to tell her that she's wrong? You know I'm wrong once in a while, okay? I'm not always right. I'm not perfect. I never have been, never will be. But if I can't be told no, I'm wrong, or I'm not doing something right, that means my ego is too far out of whack and I have a complete lack of humility. Accountability corrects mistakes. If there is no accountability, how are you going to know mistakes are being made? If someone can't tell you you're doing a wrong thing, well, guess what? You're going to make that mistake and then pretend it's not my fault. Nobody told me I was doing anything wrong. Somebody else's fault. It's not yours for not figuring it out, and it's not yours for making the bad decisions. Somebody else's, because they didn't tell you. And I get that from her. A complete lack of accountability. You know. And it is what it is, kids. You know, a lot of you wonder why your favorite businesses go tits up. It's because it just takes one or two people within your company to completely fuck everything. You get the wrong cook, the wrong waiter, waitress. You get the dishwasher, doesn't give a shit. The cook, who couldn't give a fuck about his hygiene or her hygiene. I hate having to do that. I have to hate qualifying for the different genders, even though both sides fuck up, male and female. I hate the fact that I have to qualify for this shit just because some of you out there would claim it's sexist that I'm not, when it really is just a big fuck you. Anyway. I love you one and all. I wish I could have your babies, but I can't get pregnant. Although it looks like I'm about 3 months pregnant. You never know. I got some nice titties. Want to see them? But in the meantime, this is me going off about Cracker Barrel and the bullshit soap opera super drama that people on the right had to go ape shit over, and I had to respond. Again, I play no favorites. I hate Democrats and I hate Republicans. The parties themselves. Not the people, just the parties. A lot of the people in them are good, decent people who are being swept away by the retarded elements within both parties. The elements that don't listen, don't think, have knee-jerk reactions, and can't have a lick of common sense initiated at all. But yeah, Cracker Barrel has not been a great company for a few years. When their stock reached the tip of the top in what? Yeah. Probably December, November of 2019. 2018. So December, November of 2018, which was at the top of the barrel at about 180 something, to the low it hit in sometime around, I'd say March of 2020, which was about 83, 84. To the reinvigoration around March of 2021 to the now current status of about $55-ish in August of 25. So yeah, the company itself has not been doing that great. It got huge, dropped, COVID, and then went right back down to where it really should have been, which is somewhere in the $50 range. Overinflation, market correction, and then gunshot to the foot by corporate morons who don't want to listen to the people that built and helped build their business. So, what a shock. By the way, if for those of you who are like, you don't really like corporations, do you? It's like, I don't mind them all, but I would much rather work for a mom and pop that give a shit. I'd rather run my own restaurant or business because I give a shit. It's part of the reason why I don't really like working for others, but I can do it. Because I get told things that don't make sense, rules don't get enforced equally, blah, 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 blah. You've probably have your own reasons. I have mine. Been around a while. I don't like condescending managers. I'm not a fan of sexism and racism. I don't like shitty people who are just, they don't care. Corporate brown nose and ass kissers. You know, people who tell me everything's great while everything's disintegrating around me. The Emperor's New Clothes type managers. People who are like, oh yeah, you look great in that. Don't worry about it, boss. You can go out in the middle of fucking everywhere and be like that, and it'll be good. Nobody will laugh. Yeah. I've worked for people like her, and I hated it because you're just a fucking number to them. They don't care about you. They don't care about your ideas or your input because you're just a peon. What the fuck do you know? That's what I got from her. Some of you are like, how did you get all of that? You go through shit like her a few times in life. You see the pattern, you recognize the pattern, and you know goddamn well this company isn't in good hands. It wasn't in good hands before she was made CEO. It's not going to be in good hands after she gets shit canned for being the corporate face of this fuck up. Figureheads get fired rather easily, kids, especially if you're not passing muster. But again, I've had enough of Cracker Barrel. I'm going to go smoke on this. By the way, I got a special coming up about good old weed. Stay tuned for it. It's going to be interesting. You're going to get to see what happens when I go from sober, haven't had weed all day, to playing this down to the nubby. Maybe. Depends on how stoned I get. You're going to get to see exactly what marijuana can do for you, if you so choose. So thank you very much, folks. I hope you liked it. If not, whatever. Leave a comment. If you liked it, leave a comment. If you don't like it, leave a comment. I want to hear your criticisms. Just don't be a cunt about it. If you haven't graduated from the grade school playground mentally, don't fucking come around here. I mean, yeah, you can watch the content, but shut the fuck up and go away. That's all, kids. Have a good one. Peace.